Okay, we're here with part 4 of Chronicon. You know it's gonna get crazy up in here. Grab your organic popcorn, whatever you're eating. We got Sephiroth cranking in the background, those chosen by the planet. Archaix.com, make sure you check out all the other research. This is enough to last you for the rest of your life, basically. It's probably gonna take me most of my life to read all the Chronicon, but I'm doing it daily, so we will get there. But without further ado, we're just going to get straight into this goodness. 5 minutes of making your brain melt. 4,291 BC is 6,336 years. 792 times 8 before the Anunnaki invasion in 2046 AD as described in the Revelation text. This year is 4,320 years, 1080 times 4, before the start of the chief cornerstone's ministry in 30 AD, the one who is called Christ. Nibiru ascends out of the deep, passes over the sun's ecliptic, and begins its 60-year journey north of the sun. 4,236 BC. This is the scholarly accepted start date for the Egyptian long chronology. This is only 73 years after the pre-Adamic destruction of Earth. 4,231 BC. Nibiru exits the inner solar system after 60 years north of the ecliptic on a highly ecliptical orbit. This is 6,336 years. 792 times 8 before the chief cornerstone, or Christ, vanquishes the Anunnaki in 2106 AD at Armageddon. 4171 BC. There's a phoenix here. Planet Phoenix enters the inner system, completing its 138-year orbit, passing through the system on its way back to the Kuiper Belt. Earth is not yet orbiting the Sun, but is still lost in space and 132 years away from assuming an orbit between Venus and Mars. 4104 BC. In 222 AD, Diogenes Laertius wrote that the Egyptians claimed that their history spanned back 48,863 years from Alexander the Great. This is a lunar code that is interpreted by dividing this sum by 13 lunar months. Counting from 345 BC, this places the start date at 4104 BC. But counting from 331 BC, when Alexander defeated the Persians, then the date would be 4089 BC. Now we're in 4039 BC. Planet Earth drifts into the solar system after 270 years frozen solid. Free of the dark star's gravitational hold now, Earth begins to orbit the Sun, tucked unusually between the orbits of Venus and Mars, which disrupts the equidistant mathematical distribution of the planets as measured from the surface of the Sun, which is revealed in the Titius-Bode law. Earth's distance from the Sun reveals that it is an intruder planet. The planets already orbiting the Sun were priorly damaged by detritus from the explosion of the day star. At this time, there are Anunnaki on Earth, and they participate in Earth's renovation. Ancient Akkadian cosmology has the moon pre-existing the Sun. This is confirmed in the Egyptian Turin Papyrus, and Mexican traditions claim that Venus existed before the Sun. The earliest known Sumerian tablets, circa 3500 BC, recall that when the gods called the Anunnaki came to Earth, they found it covered in a dense cloud-covered daylight did not shine. Moonlight had not emerged. Amazingly, according to the Vedic Rig Veda, the proximity of a heat source to a water-covered world was what brought Earth back to life. Once in orbit around the hot sun, the Earth began to roll. What we term a rotational spin on its axis is found in Genesis 1, where the evening and the morning were the first day. This spinning begins the rapid renovation of Earth as it thaws out. Billions of marine, amphibian, and reptilian life forms emerge from their dormant stasis after the world has been quick frozen 270 years earlier. The Anunnaki create humankind at the end of a 600-year period according to the writings in the Holy Tablets. This conforms nicely to the 600-year periods of the Anunnaki chronology. In fact, it was long ago taught that a divine man would arise every 600 years throughout world history. As will be shown, several famous figures throughout history were born at these intervals. Mankind, according to the Enuma Elish, was created in the 6th tablet, just as in Genesis humans were made in the 6th day. The start of man in this year is encoded in the first verse of Genesis, which reads, "In the beginning," the word beginning derived from a root, kedem, which has the geometrical value of 144, carrying with it the idea of eternalness. This year of 4039 BC is 144 years before mankind is banished from paradise, a walled enclosure called Eden, in 3895 BC, which begins a 6,000 year timeline to man's redemption in 2106 AD with the return of the chief cornerstone, or Christ. And there we have it. Hope you enjoyed that goodness. We'll be back tomorrow with more Chronicon.